What if I told you that the fast food that you crave isn't just a guilty pleasure, but part of a much larger conspiracy, almost like a horrible novel? Well, it's a conspiracy that involves some of the most powerful figures in government and, of course, inside the industry. Figures who are profiting at the expense of your health and my health, and, of course, our overall well being. But do you know who these people are? Now, if you're concerned about your health and your weight and fighting back against diet related diseases, then you're in the right place. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to anyone who needs to hear this message. In this video, we're not just exposing the harmful effects of fast food. We're introducing you to the key players behind the conspiracy, the politicians, CEOs, and government officials who have made decisions that prioritize profit over the health of American citizens. So let's meet them. And remember, if this resonates with you, please hit that like button. And together we can make a difference. Now, first up is Mr. Michael Taylor. Mr. Taylor has had a controversial career moving between the roles of the FDA and a company that you may have heard of called Monsanto. Monsanto is a major agricultural corporation that's known for genetically modifying its crops and, of course, all the pesticides that they produce and are in our foods. As the Deputy Commissioner for Foods at the FDA, Mr. Taylor was responsible for overseeing food safety regulations. But before that, he worked as a lawyer for Monsanto, raising serious concerns about conflicts of interest. Critics argue that Mr. Taylor's dual roles allowed Monsanto to influence the food safety regulations in its favor, prioritizing its own corporate profits over consumer health. Now, if you're shocked by this, make sure that you put a comment below and share your thoughts with me. I'd love to hear from you. Now, the next person that's part of our conspiracy is Mr. Joe Manchin, or should I say United States Senator Joe Manchin. Now, Senator Manchin has been a powerful figure in Congress for a number of years, but his ties to the pharmaceutical industry have sparked some controversy, particularly in relation to the opioid crisis. He has a daughter, and her name is Heather Breach. She was the CEO of a company called Mylan, the company responsible for the infamous EpiPen price hike. The connection between Manchin's political influence and the pharmaceutical industry has led to some accusations that he's more interested in protecting the corporate interest than the health of his own constituents. Now, I thought politicians were elected to support their constituents, not the companies who pay for their political campaigns, but I don't know, what do I know? Now, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated on more eye-opening content like this. Now, the third person in our lineup is Heather Breach, the daughter of Senator Joe Manchin. She was the CEO of the company Mylan during one of the biggest pharmaceutical scandals in recent history. Under her leadership, Mylan increased the price of the EpiPen. EpiPen is a life-saving device for severe allergic reactions, but they increased the price by over 400%. Now, this move was widely condemned as an example of corporate greed, putting profits above patients' lives. Now, I have heard a number of politicians say they're sick of corporate greed, they're sick of the price gouging, and if you elect me into office or re-elect me into office, we're going to go out there and fight these mean old corporations. But the problem is the politicians provide benefits and pass policies that allow these corporations to do just that. So are they just blowing smoke? Oh, well, anyways, Breach's actions highlight how the pharmaceutical industry can exploit its control over essential medications to maximize their profits. So if you're concerned about the power of Big Pharma, especially now and in the future, make sure you hit that like button for me, will you? So the fourth player is Mr. Tom Vilsack. Now, he's currently serving as the United States Secretary of Agriculture in the Biden administration, but it was also a position that he held during the Obama administration. Now, Mr. Vilsack has been criticized for his close ties to agribusiness, particularly the company Monsanto. During his tenure, policies were implemented that favored large agricultural corporations at the expense of the small farmer and, of course, us, the consumer. Now, Vilsack's relationship with Monsanto has fueled concerns that the United States Department of Agriculture is more aligned with corporate interests and corporate profits than with the health and safety of the American public. So make sure you share this video if you believe that we should hold these figures accountable. Now, the last group of individuals that are part of our lineup is the Purdue Pharma executives. So, the Purdue Pharma is a company that's behind the product OxyContin. This is a drug that has played a central role in the opioid epidemic here in the United States. It has cost the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Years ago, I used to own a drug treatment center in the Salt Lake City Valley, and I can tell you that one of the common addictions for many middle-aged women and a lot of young men was opioids, and particularly this drug OxyContin. So what did the Purdue Pharma do wrong? Well, this company is owned by the Sackler family, and they aggressively marketed OxyContin, and they downplayed its very addictive potential. This created a negative result. What is the result? It's a nationwide health crisis that has claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. Now, while the Sacklers have faced a number of lawsuits, the profits that they made from selling OxyContin far outweigh the consequences that they faced. Now, if this shocks you, let me know this in the comments below. Now we come to, how does the fast food create a trap? Now that you know the key players, let's look at how the fast food industry itself is designed to keep us hooked and keep us on the hook with our health. You see, fast food companies have perfected the art of making cheap, addictive food that's high in sugar, high in salt, and unhealthy fats. These foods are scientifically engineered to trigger our brain's pleasure centers, creating a cycle of craving and consumption. Now, if you're trying to break free from this cycle and to shed a few pounds and lose weight, get into better shape, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, The Ideal Body Blueprint, on more tips and insights. Now, according to research, these foods, junk food, processed foods, activate the same areas of the brain as drugs like cocaine. But why are these companies allowed to sell such products so freely? You know, if you sell cocaine and you get caught, probably going to go to prison, especially if you sell it a lot and people die. But here we have companies that market and they sell a food that is more addictive than cocaine and arguably kills a lot more people than cocaine. But do they go to jail? I don't think so. In fact, they get to fund a lot of politicians' election campaigns. So why do they get to sell these products so freely? Well, it's because of money. They generate billions and billions of dollars in profit every year. So if this concerns you, then obviously please share this video to spread the word. Help my channel grow. But you know what? It doesn't stop there. The government, instead of regulating these harmful foods, is in bed with these corporations. They provide tax subsidies, lobbying power, and political donations that ensure that these fast food companies thrive, even at the expense of public health, at the expense of your health and my health. Now, if you think it's time for a change, Comment below on what issues you think should be addressed next. Now, you might think that the medical industry would be fighting against the spread of fast food. After all, there are so many people that fill the clinics and hospitals around the country because diet-related diseases. But in reality, the medical industry benefits from it. You see, fast food leads to chronic diseases like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, conditions that require lifelong treatment. Now, if you're on a health journey yourself, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. Now, Big Pharma rakes in billions and billions of dollars each year by selling drugs that manage, but don't cure, they only manage these health conditions. It's a business model that's envious to all business owners because it's built on keeping people sick, not making them well. So like this video if you agree that our health should come before profits. And you know what? Here's the kicker. Many fast food companies and pharmaceutical giants have the same investors. That's right. It's a loop of profit that keeps you buying fast food, and then you need medication to regulate the causes and the disease caused by the purchase of the fast food. Then you become dependent on the medication, and then they sell us more fast food. And the cycle continues to go and go and go, all the while our health declines. So share this video to help me expose the truth. The government, which should be protecting public health, often does the opposite. Food policies that favor large corporations are passed regularly, while public health initiatives are underfunded or completely ignored. Now, if you're passionate about making a change in your own health, your family's health, and your society, please hit that subscribe button. Let's take a quick look at farm subsidies. For example, the government spends billions subsidizing two main crops like corn and soy, which are the ingredients of junk food, of course. Meanwhile, healthy foods like fruits and vegetables receive little to no support. So comment below with your thoughts on how we can push for better policies. I'd love to hear from you. Now, the average American spends thousands and thousands of dollars each year on fast food, not to mention the hidden costs that come from a result of spending all that money and eating all that fast food, and that is a hidden cost in medical bills, and of course lost productivity. But the real cost is the loss of quality of life. We have decreased energy, chronic pain, and of course shortened lifespans. Now, if you're ready to take control of your health, like and subscribe and join the Ideal Body Blueprint channel for more actionable advice. You know, the obesity epidemic alone costs the United States economy over $190 billion each year. Yet the fast food industry continues to thrive. We keep getting sicker, and the fast food industry keeps getting bigger and bigger. More fast food companies join that market, while more and more people die of sickness, illness, and disease from diet-related disorders. Public health is deteriorating. So share this video if you believe that we can do better. So what can we do? Well, it starts with awareness. By understanding the forces at play, we can make informed decisions about our health. We can choose to support local, healthy food options, demand better policies from our government officials, and push back against the corporate interests that are profiting from our poor health. If you're with me, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and please share it with anyone who needs to hear this message. We need to start a movement. This is the Obesity Industrial Complex that's killing us, and it's killing us by the tens of thousands every month. Share this video. Talk about it with your friends and your family. And most importantly, take control of your own health, because the real power lies with you. It lies with us, the consumers. Comment below on what subjects regarding health and weight loss that you would like to hear about next. Let's work together to build a healthier future. Don't let the fast food industry, and don't let big pharma, and don't let complacent government politicians dictate your health. Break the cycle. Take back your health and choose a life of vitality and well being. Subscribe, like, share, and join the Ideal Body Blueprint movement. And we'll see you next time.